Hello, everybody. This is Ring Respect Radio, and I am your host, the Real Bobby Munson. Thank you for tuning in to today's show. And before we go ahead and get started, I'm going to ask you to go and click the subscribe button down below. Turn on notifications so you know anytime that we release new content here on Ring Respect Radio. And if you enjoy the show, go ahead and give us a big old thumbs up. We'd appreciate that as well. Before I get into today's show, I just want to let everybody know that the reason it's been a longer gap between episodes this time is because I've been hard at work with getting prepared for the release of Wildside TV. Last Saturday, we released Wildside TV. You can go ahead and click on the information card up above. I will put that into the video here for you guys. Go ahead. It is HIW Canada's YouTube channel. I want you to go and subscribe to them as well to give them a thumbs up. Wildside TV episode 2 just released today, and I am your host of the show as well too. So go ahead and enjoy the work over there. I filmed this, I edited it, and I'm on the commentary team. So I am very, very proud of what went down with Wildside TV and how it's going so far. Only going to hopefully improve as well too. Again, I'm just learning the ropes, as they say, and I will improve with time. So give me an opportunity. I'd love to be one of the announcers that you love listening to while watching some wrestling action each and every Saturday on YouTube. Absolutely free, folks. You can go and check it out. We are giving this to you for free. One of Western Canada's best kept secrets, in my opinion. Some of the best wrestling you're going to be able to see is at HIW Wildside. So go ahead and check out Wildside TV. Give HIW Canada a subscribe, a like, and share it around. Let your friends, family, everybody know about it. And you will let us into your homes each and every Saturday. And we love you for it as well, too. So today on the show, we are going to be talking about WrestleMania season, NXT Takeover on Saturday, WrestleMania 34 on the Sunday, and it's predictions time. Yes, I've been doing really well with predictions on pay-per-views lately. The only blemish was in the Usos New Day encounter on the last pay-per-view. I called it for the Usos. It ended up being a no contest. So that was the only blemish I've had in the previous two pay-per-views. Otherwise, batting a perfect score at the moment. So let's see how well I can keep it up. Honestly, I think I'm going to fall flat on my face when it comes to NXT TakeOver and with WrestleMania 34 because anything could happen. I haven't been keeping up with the dirt sheets. I'm really not sure I want to keep up with the dirt sheets because I am excited for the cards that we are getting. I think this is going to be one hell of a weekend for wrestling action. I'm very much looking forward to it. I am going to enjoy every second of it. And you know what? It's time to get into predictions, and we'll start with NXT TakeOver New Orleans. First, we're going to talk about the NXT Tag Team Championship match, and because I don't read the spoilers, I don't have a clue who's going to be the opponents of the Undisputed Era, but we do know that Roderick Strong and the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne are going to be teaming up to take on the Authors of Pain, the previous winners of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. The winner this Wednesday will then go on to face the Undisputed Era for the Tag Team Championships. At first, I kind of thought maybe the AOP would take this as a, this team won the Dusty Rhodes Classic 2 years running. What an amazing feat and, a feather in the cap to the Authors of Pain and everything they've accomplished in NXT. But now with the popularity I see that Pete Dunne really possesses, I mean, he is going into this tag team with Roderick Strong. They're really just coming together really well. Some of the double team moves that they've been performing and everything just, reeks of something that we want to see. And I think that they're going to acknowledge this. I think that they're going to end up overcoming the Authors of Pain. We're going to have the Undisputed Era versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, in my opinion. And in this one, I still got to go with the Undisputed Era pulling out with the win on this one. I think that they're going to remain the tag team champions just because we haven't really seen a whole lot of their tag team title run yet. I think there's a lot to come from them. But, we'll wait and see what happens come Saturday. Then, we've got the debut of a brand new championship. It is the NXT North American Championship, and it's going to be decided in a 6-man ladder match. This is going to feature the debut of EC3, also the debut of Ricochet as well too. Adam Cole going to be in there, the Velveteen Dream, Lars Sullivan, and Killian Dane. Now, this is a really difficult match to try to pinpoint who is going to walk away the winner. It would be very easy to claim that one of the new guys, Ricochet or EC3, would walk away with a big win here. But you got some very deserving talent involved in this matchup as well, too. This one, I would have said that I think that Adam Cole might win this, but I'm really not sure. I'm not sure if Adam Cole is definitely going to win this, or if he's someone they're looking to maybe get to the main roster a little bit sooner than expected. Honestly, I think this is something that I can see them putting around EC3, especially after the promo that happened on, his debut on NXT as well there. It just, it felt like that kind of Bobby Roode debut in a sense. Not quite as epic as Bobby Roode, and, that's no disrespect to EC3. Everything was done right and done well enough. EC3 seems like the kind of guy they would put this brand new title around because he could make some real talk about it and then go into a program with somebody the likes of Ricochet or something along those lines. So I'm going to have to go ahead and say that I'll pick EC3 to win this, but I'm very unsure of this pick and think that it might not go my way. Next, we have the unsanctioned match, this one being taking place between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. So here's how it goes. If Gargano wins, he is then going to be reinstated into NXT. If Ciampa wins, Gargano banished forever. This one, I got to say, has got to go to the way of Johnny Gargano. This guy is just uber over right now with the NXT crowd. Just hot as absolute hell. I don't think it would hurt Tommaso Ciampa in any way, shape, or form to take a loss to Johnny Gargano in this one. I mean, it would really be a shocker to see Tommaso Ciampa win and would get some quite strong heel heat, I'm certain of it, especially with how over Johnny is as a babyface. In some ways, part of me thinks that it would be a smart move for Tommaso Ciampa to get the win just because it would get that much heel heat, but I think they're going to go for the feel-good moment, strike while the iron's hot with Johnny Gargano, and he is going to pick up the win in this match, be reinstated into the NXT brand. Then we have the NXT Women's Championship match. It's going to be champion Ember Moon defending against Shayna Baszler. And this time around, I've predicted before Shayna Baszler walking away the champion. I think at this point it's time. I think Ember is probably on her way to the main roster, and, deservedly so. And Shayna Baszler just seems like a perfect move for NXT Women's Champion right now. She has got a tough look. She is working quite strong inside that ring. Her character is starting to really shine through quite excellently, and I think with time, Shayna Baszler is going to be a very memorable character in NXT and in WWE as well. She has got this, badass persona that just really clicks, and I think that it is time that her, strength and, this fear that she strikes in other women on the roster really shine through here. I've got to go with Shayna Baszler becoming the new NXT Women's Champion. Then you get your main event. It will be the NXT Championship match. Andrade Cien Almas, the champion, defending against Aleister Black. Andrade Cien Almas has had some excellent encounters lately. His match against Drew McIntyre, my apologies, in order to win the championship was amazing. His title events against Johnny Gargano, one of the most talked about matches so far of 2018, and likely going to still be the most talked about, or one of the most talked about matches come the end of 2018 as well, because it was an amazing match. It will be on everybody's top 10, guaranteed by the end of this year. Now, what are we going to expect from Andrade Cien Almas when he defends against Aleister Black? I think we are going to get nothing short of another incredible match. We know that Aleister Black can bring it inside that ring. He has done that on many occasions. And as seen lately, Andrade Cien Almas, absolutely the same. He is delivering far none. But at this point in time, I think it is time for Aleister Black to wear the strap. And Aleister Black is going to do that at NXT TakeOver. He is my prediction. Aleister Black taking the title from Andrade Cien Almas and walking away your brand new NXT champion. So that'll be it for NXT TakeOver. So now we're going to slide on over to the WrestleMania 34 card. And what a card it is. I mean, I've got to say right now, kudos to WWE for what I feel is one of the best WrestleMania cards I have seen in a long time. You know what? And if all goes well, this could end up being one of the best WrestleManias we've ever seen. They've done a great job building it up. I know some people might argue with me on that point. Go ahead and argue with me. I'm a fan. I enjoy it. I enjoy what's been happening at the moment. I'm really looking forward to this WrestleMania, and I hope you guys are too. So here we go with the predictions. We've got the finale of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament that's been going on, the revival of 205 Live. We will see Cedric Alexander taking on Mustafa Ali, and I just hope that there is going to be a wonderful Cruiserweight encounter here. I want these two to absolutely go full tilt. Everything we loved about the Cruiserweight Classic, give us that style of match. And you know what? Now that Triple H is running the show, hopefully that's going to be the case here. Hopefully it'll be his booking decision on the day, and he will be able to give us that Cruiserweight style that we've been longing for so long, so that it will maybe draw some people back to 205 Live, which I stress has been much improved since Triple H has taken back over. So if you have not checked out 205 Live lately, I suggest going and checking it out. It has been vastly improved, and you will not be disappointed. Now, as for my opinions about this particular match, I feel that this is Cedric Alexander's time. There is no doubt in my mind that Cedric Alexander is walking away the brand new Cruiserweight champion. They have been building this up for quite some time, and I think it's time that the man wear the strap. So that Cedric Alexander will be my choice for the new Cruiserweight champion. We have the Raw Women's Championship match. It is going to be Alexa Bliss, the champion, defending against Nia Jax. And in this one, what a wonderful build-up we have had. This has been a story building up for quite some time, and I'm glad they saved this one for WrestleMania. This is going to be a great encounter, and it's going to finally be Nia Jax's time. She is going to finally get her chance and finally capitalize against Alexa Bliss, and this will be Nia's time to walk away the new Raw Women's Champion. We have The Bar defending their Raw Tag Team Championships against Braun Strowman and the partner of his choosing. I am still on the firm belief that I think that the person that Braun Strowman's going to pick is going to be Elias. It seems to kind of fit with their recent encounters that they've been having. The whole Symphony of Destruction. Hey, what a great name for a tag team even. Maybe the Symphony of Destruction tag team. That would be quite interesting. I believe that this is the way it's going to go. It's going to be Braun brings out Elias. The two of them are going to overcome the odds and become the new tag team champions. It's going to be a team that at first they don't get along. The same kind of build that Sheamus and Cesaro themselves had. I feel this partnership is going to go on for a little chunk of 2018 here, really building the two of them up and giving them something to do currently until they really break free Braun and hopefully get him into the Universal title picture later in this year sometime. So, first ever WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal match. This one I'm sure is going to have a lot of people being called up from NXT. It's going to have the women that are currently not involved in any matchups on the roster in there as well too. And then I'm sure it's going to have a couple of like the Royal Rumble did, a couple of women who have, retired or since moved on are going to probably make a surprise return in this as well. Way I see it, I think that this is going to be, kind of a different sort of a finish. I don't think it's going to be what people expect. I think that they're going to go with an NXT call-up. In fact, I think they're going to go with a double NXT call-up. The first ever WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. I am going to take a shot in the dark, and this is going to be a long shot. And you know what? Prove me wrong, but I think that the iconic duo of Peyton Royce and Billie Kay will debut in the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal match, and the two of them will declare themselves both the winners when they're the last two standing at the end of the night. They will walk away like that, and they will claim that they are co-winners of the first ever WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. I know it's a long shot, but that's what I'm going with. Speaking of Battle Royals, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal also going to be taking place. Who's to win this one? One would think maybe an NXT call-up could come up again like Baron Corbin did in the past. But right now, I think my favorite option would be to see Woken Matt Hardy win this thing. With everything he's been doing, he's the, one guy who's really cut a decent promo about going into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. At least, the one that intrigued me the most. So I would like to see Woken Matt Hardy win it. And I'm just going to go put my ass on the line and pick him as my winner on this one too. It's a long shot, but who isn't a long shot at this point inside that battle royal? United States Championship match, now a fatal four-way. This is going to be Randy Orton defending against Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev. So happy Rusev Day. And Rusev Mania is going to be running wild, as I'm going to go ahead and pick Rusev as my man to win this match. I think it's going to be a happy Rusev Day. They're going to finally pull the trigger, allow him another United States Championship run, a championship that he has held quite proudly in the past, and another run would just be perfect, especially considering how red hot Rusev Day is currently. So that is my winner, Rusev, all the way in this one. The Intercontinental Championship on the line as champion Miz defends in a triple threat against Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. 3 men, 1 title, and a record that's the Miz is trying to break for the greatest Intercontinental Champion in history. I believe everybody is so expecting a title change in this one that I hate to say it, I think that this is where they might pull a little bit of a fast one on us. And I think that Miz is going to end up stealing a win over, possibly Finn Balor even, Finn being out, Seth going for the win, Miz comes in, steals the win out from under Seth, remains the Intercontinental Champion. So I'm picking the Miz to walk away, still the Intercontinental Champion at WrestleMania this Sunday. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Usos defending against the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers in a triple threat match. Man, does WWE love their triple threats and multi-person matches at WrestleMania, huh? Quite a selection of multi-person matches, multi-team matches. It's all over the place, but hey, we got a lot of superstars we need to see on screen that day. A lot that want to perform, and these 3 teams I think are going to put on one hell of a slugfest, one hell of a show. We know what the Usos and the New Day can do, and now we're going to mix the Bludgeon Brothers into it, so hopefully it's just going to add another dynamic to the already wonderful feud that we've had with the Usos and the New Day. And in the end, I feel we're going to see a tag team title change here, the Bludgeon Brothers walking away, your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. Now, this match is going to be incredible. In fact, one that could very well steal the show. These two are going to put on a hell of a performance. And I feel Asuka is going to pick up the win. She is going to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. But I don't feel that's going to be the end of everything that happens. I feel that this is going to be where Carmella cashes in her Money in the Bank contract. And I feel this is going to go for the controversial, the world gets talking about it moment. Asuka celebrating her big win over Charlotte, finally becoming a women's champion on the main roster, continuing that amazing unbreakable streak, and then the streak gets crushed when Carmella comes in and picks up the cheap win with the Money in the Bank briefcase. This will get the world talking. Whether you like it or not, it will get people talking. And I think that they are going to pull the trigger in this one. And in the end, Carmella will end up being the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Then we have Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon tag team action against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This one, I believe, is going the way of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and I believe it's going that way because I feel Daniel Bryan is going to turn on Shane McMahon. I feel that this is all been building up to show that Daniel Bryan is going to take the side of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, form a trio alliance between the 3 of them moving forward. and really send Shane off on whatever hiatus that he was originally planning to go on when he stepped out on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the win on this one. Kurt Angle and the debuting Ronda Rousey taking on Triple H and Stephanie. This one I don't feel could go any other way. It's going to be Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey picking up the win. I don't think that they would invest this much time, money, and everything on the debut of a name like Ronda Rousey only to have her eat a pinfall to Stephanie McMahon. This is going to end with, Ronda Rousey putting on some sort of crazy armbar or some sort of submission that's going to look absolutely painful, making Stephanie tap out and scream in that horrifying, nails on a chalkboard voice that she has when she gets screaming. And the win is going to go to Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle, trying to make Ronda Rousey look strong moving forward in the women's division. Now on to the title matches. WWE Champion AJ Styles going to defend against Shinsuke Nakamura. A match that, is a dream match, and it's a dream match for anybody who follows wrestling outside of the WWE. Anyone who knows the Wrestle Kingdom match between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, still talked about as one of the greatest wrestling matches in recent memory for sure. And now we're going to get it on the grandest stage of them all this Sunday at WrestleMania. So who's going to end up walking away the winner? Is Vince ready to pull the trigger and allow Shinsuke Nakamura the opportunity to run with the WWE Championship? Or is he willing to do it at the expense of the red hot AJ Styles, who's been really carrying himself quite well as the top guy in the WWE at the moment too? It's really hard to predict this one, really hard to say where it's going to go, but I have a funny feeling that maybe it's time Shinsuke Nakamura walk away the winner, and I think that WrestleMania is the time to do it. Shinsuke walks away your new WWE champion. That's who I'm predicting. Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar taking on Roman Reigns. A match that at first I did not care that much about, but the build to it has been a lot stronger than I expected. Now I have a little bit more curiosity in it, and I'm a little bit more invested in it. So let's go Roman, because you're picking Roman Reigns to walk away the new WWE Universal Champion at the end of WrestleMania 34 this Sunday. So what do you think, folks? That's a lot of predictions all in one show. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you stayed around this long. Appreciate if you stayed around this long. And if you did, hey, if you haven't had a chance to yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. Click the little bell looking thing, and that will turn on notifications. Then you'll know anytime we release new content here on Ring Respect Radio. And while you're at it as well, why not give us a big old thumbs up? It looks good on our resume, and it doesn't cost you a dime. Until the very next time that we do a show here on Ring Respect Radio, you either get real or get Munson. Bobby out.